Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to our podcast, Off the Porch. I am Richard Davis.
Devontae Johnson.
Sadiqa.
Alrighty. Today's topic, we are going to touch on the mentality of cheating in this generation. Now, no disclaimers. Well, disclaimer there. This is all opinion based. No real facts are being portrayed or said right now. My topic is going to be cheating. But cheating in this generation is so accepted, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like this generation feel like cheating is part of a relationship. Like I've seen multiple videos, multiple statuses. Like even the music today portrays cheating as a rite of passage for most males, and then it is pushed upon for females. Like
I mean, it's becoming, just that standard. A lot of women nowadays act like men.
so do you?
That's how it is.
So do you think that? Because it was a wave I feel like happened maybe like 2005 between 2012, where you know how Steve Harvey got to think like a man, where women was like, well, if a man can do it, I can do it. What's wrong? Like, you feel like that kind of helped?
It helped. It did help. But that wasn't.
I mean, I feel like that helped bring it more out to the world because cheating has always been there.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
What about you?
We have a guest.
Miss
What's
Cleo?
the topic?
You're on cheating. Are you for cheating?
Generation. Why
Oh.
would you? Bruh.
We're like 10 minutes in. We had to. No,
You can cut it.
No, we're not 10 minutes in, but
we
like,
didn't
bruh,
figure that out yet.
you gonna be in it? It's a chair.
Men are not monogamous. Y'all are polyamorous.
Spell it.
Y'all are going to cheat regardless.
So do females.
Not true.
No.
If she
Not
says
true.
men are going to
Technically,
cheat
it is true.
regardless, then females are
Men
going to
are
cheat
built-
regardless.
Let her get her point.
Exactly. Men, y'all can get multiple females pregnant at a time. Women can only be committed to one man. So
Yeah.
But that's not.
a woman can only be committed to one man. But like y'all, we are built to literally
You're not gonna do.
we are literally built to only be pregnant by one person. As for men, y'all can reproduce with multiple women at one time.
But that's
Number
not.
three.
That's not.
That's good.
That's not. That doesn't mean that they were made to
By
cheat.
nature,
They
I
were
mean,
by
you can
nature.
have
No,
sex
by
with
nature
three
you're
different guys.
supposed.
it's not It's not
What
like
about the females
cheating.
that have sex with like 12 different guys and don't know
It's
who the
something
baby
wrong with
father
them.
is?
But,
There's literally
but
something
cheating
wrong
is
with them.
cheating is not a nature thing. Cheating is something.
That's societal.
Our
Not-
culture-
it is
our
a societal
culture-
thing.
the black culture is literally built off of polyamorous relationships. Like
But that's not. But that's not everybody. And
Farther
it
than
is
you.
by design. It's not. It was never that way back in the days. It's only that
in
way.
the Bible, you got people with multiple wives.
No, I'm saying in the 60s is when it became very standard.
That people with monogamous.
There are a lot of single parent households becoming. Back in the days, the black family was strong. You always had the mother, the father, and the kids, and they were always married. It was no. Oh, we're just gonna be together. I don't believe in marriage. It was none of that until the government gave us the welfare system. That replaced men. That replaced the fathers. That literally replaced their whole thing, what they're built on, what they're supposed to do in the household is protect, provide, and protect and provide is the main things. But you got the government providing what? Food stamps, housing assistance. They're even forcing men to. They taking money out these people check, giving it to the women, even if the women don't need it.
True.
So it's like they're replacing the fathers.
Wait,
and it was by design. It was not an accidental thing.
And she was basically kind of explaining about why cheating became norm and how it became part of like norm, like society just accepting it. And
It was never cheating was taboo back in the days. If you cheated, there was something wrong with you.
to touch on what Cleo was
Even
saying
men.
about
Like in the 60s?
No, before the 60s.
before all of that.
I mean,
So why was it normal for people to have multiple wives
I want to touch on that.
in the black culture?
Before cheating was in the black culture, it was really worldwide. Yeah, it was shunned upon. Let's be honest. Even in
It was
ancient times,
taboo.
yeah, like when you brought up the Bible, it was shunned upon.
so when she said that, like by nature, that most men cheat, she's not lying. Most males do have that urge to constantly have sexual partners.
But that's not. But it's. I don't want to say it's by nature. That's something that has
It's-
been drilled
no,
in because
no,
it's
no.
what you see. It is.
It's not.
It's not. It's not.
Literally,
It's
men-
not your nature.
Men are
You
going
gotta
to cheat
understand what's
regardless.
going on.
Like
What's going on in the culture and the purpose for things that they're
that
placing
that
in our
plays
lives.
a part, yes.
You
but
don't
by
understand.
nature, all men think alike. When they going out, they looking at the next thing
I
that
don't
they
believe
can
that because
potentially
all
have
women
sex
don't think
with.
alike. People think if a man and a woman is in a room alone, or if they're in a situation alone, or if you at the club and you get drunk, people automatically cheat. No, not everybody don't think alike.
No.
I can get drunk
No,
and just have
No,
fun.
not that.
I could
Not
be
in,
alone
not in that aspect.
in a sense.
Of course.
Let's
like-
say take this course that I just took, security course. Those people weren't watching over us. There'd be two people, me and a guy, or me and another girl, or three of us in a room alone. And a lot of people would think, like, oh, you're looking at these people in a way of like, oh, they're attractive, this is that, whatever, try to hook up, even if you got a spouse. Cheating was never something. Cheating is not in anyone's nature.
What's your definition of cheating
First of all, cheating to me
to you? Like,
is
what's your
when
definition?
somebody step out of the relationship, whether it's
In what
emotional,
aspect?
physical. Really, anything I would say, flirting, anything would to me be cheating. Intentionally, knowing that you have this other person.
So
whether or not you verbalize your commitment, if y'all both are in the relationship and you know for a fact that in both y'all heads you're leading it to be like you are only with this person only supposed to be with you.
Alright. So I want to touch in on what she's saying, basically like if it's intentional and it's like if you mean it. So it's your husband is a pool cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to put that out there. So if he decides to say, oh, you look very nice today, to one of the ladies, like to
It
his
depends
customers,
on his intentions behind it.
he intended it to be sincere, would that still be considered cheating? Like he meant to say like she looked nice. Not even saying he was trying to flirt or get with her, but
Just
he was.
saying
Yeah,
she
but
look
if
good.
he didn't have that intentional, like
If
I'm
I say
doing
something
this-
to her, she gonna
yeah,
like.
I'm doing this
talk
to
me.
like flirt, because people know when they're flirting.
But
people
she can
know.
interpret it like, oh,
Like it doesn't matter how you interpret it. It's about how you accept it. Because if she's interpreting it as he's flirting and trying to flirt back, and he like blocks it off, then it'll be like,
he was
understandable.
just
Like
saying.
he was just.
okay.
But if you give that energy back and y'all just going back and forth, then it becomes where you're overstepping. To me, at least.
Because you gotta remember, it takes two to cheat. You can't cheat by yourself.
But the thing I'm trying to get across is like
If it's only you, who you cheating with?
cheating is.
You just
Somebody.
self-pleasuring
To me,
yourself.
it's not, and that's
So-
the thing that a lot of people are trying to make it seem, especially with women. Cheating is not a natural thing. It's not a natural thing for people to have multiple women or multiple men.
So it's natural for them to have one person.
It's natural for them
We're
to have
meant-
that
we're meant to
feeling
be
where
one.
you want to build
But
a
is it
family.
natural
At a certain point,
to
you're
have
gonna
one
want
person?
no, regardless
If there
of
was
if
no
you're a
Bible,
man or
there
a
was no
woman.
religion, there was no nothing. Would it be natural for you to be with one person?
I would feel that it would be
Well,
because
it
you always have
depends.
that mindset of having a family at the end of the day. Like, say for instance, you party your whole 20s, or you work throughout your 20s trying to build a career. Now you're in your 30s and 40s.
All right.
You're gonna be thinking back to
Let me say
why
this.
did I spend my 20s
If-
doing this
if
when I
money
could have
didn't
started a
exist,
family?
If religion didn't exist, would cheating still be like? Not
Yeah, because I still believe the deep down in both men and women, we have that deep feeling, that deep connection to start a family.
Okay.
And my take as a family is not me and his other 3 baby mamas. No, that's not a family. That's something very, very, very wrong with that picture for me, at least.
To touch on what she said, honestly, if we really do subtract the Bible and religion, and we go back to our nature, what in history?
But the thing is,
hold on. In history, the African culture,
is multiple wives, having multiple women.
but you don't know what you don't know.
But see, the
It's
only
like-
way to
wait,
make
it's
what
like-
you're saying something to agree with is how you prefix it. You have to take away the Bible to make what you just said
And
sound good.
But in African, okay, like you said, African history is like regular for, like, if you go to Africa right now, you will see men with multiple women because that's in the black culture, like the African culture.
But
That's what they do.
I
Like,
get
this is
that.
not even
I
African.
get that,
That's
but
really
I don't
world
understand
culture.
why y'all.
outside
I'm
of
just speaking
America.
from like
Why
African
you
culture,
guys
like,
Really, it's
bringing
just
up
the world.
African culture? Yes,
That's
our
why-
ancestry is African,
Yeah,
but we are not African.
but
We have our culture separate from
True,
theirs.
but I was saying,
But-
even outside, like not just Africa, but outside of America, multiple wives is common. It's like traditional to them, like Indian.
But you
But-
gotta also.
But the main thing that y'all focusing on with saying these other places, it still stems back to what you first said. If you take away the Bible, then just look at these
not
places.
even
of
because they
people.
still have a religion, but in their religion, like in their culture, it's just normal for them to have multiple wives.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
should
that's
also
like you said,
look
that's
at those
their
That's like
religions as well.
like in our Christian religion, because Christianity is like the most common religion, is for people to have one wife. I'm just talking like from like their standpoint, because like we do have some part of African in us, so like it goes back to
But
that.
we
Like,
I
don't
mean, you
know
that's
basically
their
have
what-
like everything
We
you
don't-
need at this point.
We don't know their culture.
You
We only
basically
know
have
what we're
everything
being
you need at
told.
this point.
Really, we only know the little
I mean,
specks of
yeah.
what we're seeing now that the world is more connected via social media. We only know that small part of the culture, and we don't understand why they do that.
Mm.
Some of them is not religious based. Some of them is what I went back to. They want a family, and some of these women cannot give their husbands babies. So in their culture, it is very acceptable for a man to take up another wife for the purpose of his lineage, to have more children.
Okay. And then to go back to what you said, where you was like, if you take away money and all this other stuff, what cheating should be. The answer is yes, because you have to think about it.
Not would it still be here? Would it
Would
still
cheating
be
still be a
looked
thing?
as a problem?
Yes, I feel like cheating will always be looked at as a problem because you have to look at why people cheat in a relationship. Wise, people only cheat. Like, okay, if you exclude being just so drunk out of your mind, exclude that, like a conscious mind cheating. I feel like that only comes because you're not getting the happiness from the person you're with. So now you found that little bit of happiness from another person, and that's what led to that cheating. Like, cause typically, if I'm at home with my wife, everything's going good, I'm not gonna go out at a bar and then just hook up with another girl.
Yeah,
Cause everything's happy at home.
But
But-
then also, we
So
were
you're
talking
saying
about
cheating
the-
is stemmed from emotion?
We were talking about
Sometimes.
the communication thing as well, because a man will step out of a relationship if he's not getting the respect he feels he deserves.
Yeah.
So if you're not respecting this guy and you're looking at him as like your subordinate, or like, oh, like I'm above you, like, and just calling him all out of his name or whatever, why would he want to stay?
If you're not treating him like the man that he feels like he needs to be treated as, he's going to find it from another
People want
woman.
to come home. They don't want to argue. When people come home, they want to relax. They want to have somebody that they can talk to. To relieve the stress that they don't have at work. They don't want to come to more stress.
I'm speaking like honestly, I'm just saying.
You
why
just say
do you
you're
feel-
black.
I'm saying because I'm black. I'm just saying because I keep bringing up like African culture
Yeah.
and stuff like that because that's what I know. That's what I've like read about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So why do you feel like the average black woman tends to look down upon black men? Like, why do you think black women tend to like degrade and look down on black men?
Because of social media.
Can
It's
I-
being-
like-
I feel like it's being portrayed to how you should be as a female when it obviously is not actually working in the home. Because social media is telling you, oh, you're the head of the household. Don't let no man tell you
Not
what
just
to
that,
do.
too.
But when you do that, you put yourself above your man. Look at how the relationship starts to crumble because you're not putting your man above you. Not saying that like you two aren't equal in the relationship. It's just you know that he's the head of the household. It's just that respect type thing.
But
And so-
why do you think black women do that?
Can
Like,
I
why
speak
is it?
from a black woman's
Like-
perspective? It has not. It
Girl, you
realistically, it really isn't about us realistically wanting to do that. It's about what we see when we grow up. What we see, well, I can speak from because we grew up together, but I can speak from like what I felt because everybody's experience is gonna be.
I didn't get to introduce myself. I'm Cleo. That's it.
Everybody's we can have the same experience, but we're gonna perceive it differently. So growing up, mom was that provider, that protector, and your dad took more of that stay-at-home role, which is supposed to be for women. And a lot of families are like that, or it's just that mom. They don't have any father figures, no dads. So seeing that growing up,
They ain't got no ticky sticks, you know?
she probably do.
All right.
But seeing that growing up has changed a lot of, especially the generations that we're growing up in, that we grew up
I wanna
in,
touch
and that
on it
we're
before we get off of it.
and that we're living in. It's like that's what we see. It's like we're in our relationships because we've seen our moms take on that male role. We're trying to do the same in our relationships, and it will never work. That's why a lot of parents are in broken. A lot of parents have broken homes where their children are only being raised by mom because they try to take that from the man. Once you make a man feel like he's not needed or he's not wanted or whatever, he's not gonna stay. That would make no sense for him to stay, especially when there are tons of women out there who are willing to submit and say, yeah, you're the head of the household. If we have a discussion, we can come to it together and speak on it. And then if we
Write it
cannot
down.
if we cannot agree fully, we will go with what you say. Because that's how it's supposed to be. Because take it. You work.
Yeah.
You make all the money. And your boyfriend, let's say y'all got a place. Your boyfriend, y'all got a place. He don't work for the time being. You paying all the bills. How would you feel doing that for years upon years? How would it make you feel?
I mean, it depends on how he is. If he's not sitting here making an effort to go out and get a job,
Yeah,
or
let's
if
just
it's
say
like-
he's not. He's but
Then-
y'all let's
No.
put kids into it as well. Let's do this. He's taking care of the house. He's cooking, he's cleaning, you come home, you got dinner on the table, he's getting the kids to bed, he's taking them to school, everything. How would that make you feel?
If initially I'm the breadwinner, where I was automatically already bringing in more of the money to take care of most of the bills, you came out here to actually if you ready to eat. Interact with it.
I'm good
Not right now.
Yeah, we deep in
Smoke
this.
break. No, but if it was in a situation where I was already initially the breadwinner, where I was bringing in most of the money, then I'm just speaking for myself. I probably would be fine to a certain extent. Like
See?
if you taking care of the house, if you making sure everything is good at home, like you're not just being
Yeah.
lazy, then okay.
But what's that certain extent though?
To the point, like if you
Can you
just
explain it?
if you not being I was just explaining.
My
If you're
bad.
not being lazy and you making sure the kids good, you making sure the house clean, you cooking, you cleaning, like all of that, like okay, that's
You
fine.
do.
But if you just sitting at home playing the game, being lazy, the house dirty, the kids dirty, they ain't take no bath yet when I get home, they not fed, like then I'm gonna be upset.
But the reason that question was phrased the way it is because it's intentionally putting your two roles reversed.
I know,
So
I understand that.
because realistically, like the
The
guy
man
would
is
be the
supposed to be
same way.
provider, yeah, of
No, I'm
course.
saying like the man would be the same way. Like if he came home and you know what you say, you didn't clean the house,
You
kids
ain't-
dirty,
yeah,
you
yeah,
not doing
yeah.
it. Like so it, but the thing is that a woman would be comfortable with that realistically short term. Because
Realistically,
women,
like
yeah, like there's a few women
Like,
who have
some
no
women
problem
would- yeah.
with just being the head.
mhm.
But realistically, most typical women, that's a short term thing. Like, oh,
they
you
can't
know,
do it for too
yeah,
long.
like you
But
know,
it's
like my
not-
man don't have a job. You know, I'll hold us down for now. But it's
He
meant for
eventually gotta get a job.
yeah, he has to become that head.
Mm.
Okay. So back to the sorry I'm saying now I'm talking.
Back
The
to
topic
the-
was why do females or
Black women.
black women
Specifically.
be hard on certain males or they spouse
No,
Ba-
black men.
black
Why
men.
do black women degrade and be hard on black men with this whole ninjas ain't ish type
They
thing? Because
told
that's
my
all
they
you
can't
hear.
find
That's
no
because
good
that's
black
all you
men.
hear. You don't hear. You don't hear Mexicans. You don't hear
Wait,
nothing.
can
You
I
hear
say one?
specifically-
Well, I'm gonna say one word and then I'm gonna let Richard finish. Accountability.
But that,
Accountability.
like I said, like I read certain stuff.
But
so
who? Why,
it all
why
go
are you
back-
choosing those dudes? Why are you choosing those dudes?
Dang, don't come to me.
No, I'm not. I'm just. No, it's not.
But you're right.
I
That's
mean,
what
you
I'm
might
saying.
Like,
That's
why
what
are
I'm
you
saying.
choosing those dudes? Like,
I had like multiple points lined up because
Yeah.
it goes back to like I know I'm going back to history. It goes back to slavery times
I'm
when a man, when a male slave didn't
Yeah.
want to listen, they would intentionally take that male slave and bend him over and like stick stuff up his butt.
but can I say
In your
something?
head, you don't want to see your man like that, so you're gonna be like, dang, like he not really much of a man.
Yeah.
So it all plays like it stemmed from like generations and generations and generations. They keep
But
going and
can
going
I
and going.
also?
Society did play a role. The government did play a role,
Yeah.
of course, because they
Yeah.
put us in situations to where the black male is always going to be the minority in society.
Mhm.
They make it that way. So we look at them, hey, y'all not letting, like, we
But-
just following the pattern.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of facts, and then I know we said at the beginning, but there's a time period
Right.
after slavery and before the '60s
Mhm.
where we respected black men.
Right.
Most black homes, two-parent households, married, happy. So you're saying
That's true, but
But
who
you're
to
still- but-
say that
no,
those
but I'm
men,
saying like you're saying like, and this was the norm. This was the norm. I forget what the percentage was, but I know it was more than 60% of black homes had two parents in their houses, and they were married.
just
both
because they
the
had
mother
two
and the
parents
father.
don't make it a happy home.
But the thing is that we were prospering. We had our own businesses. We were doing everything right.
Again,
But the thing is,
women had to respect men because they didn't have all the rights that we have today. We had to listen to
but-
them. We couldn't go out and
Whoa,
get a
whoa,
job.
whoa.
We couldn't go out and work. We had to be the ones in the
Wait.
house.
So going literally off what you just said.
Yeah.
So you're saying just because you have rights, you can go get a job. You don't have to respect a man now.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm
No,
saying that's how
I'm-
people see it.
No, I'm
'Cause
just
you-
going based
women-
on what you
'cause
just said. I'm not saying you
To
personally.
for my home to function right, I
That's what
have
you
to
just
have
said,
a
though.
man there. That's who bringing in the money. That's who gonna make sure the bills are paid. Only a man
But
could
the
do that
crazy
back in the
thing-
day.
the crazy
But
thing
then
is
the
that-
government was like, hey, let's let women get jobs. Oh, I got a job now. I don't need you. You don't need to be here. Like, they made it to where we have that mindset of independence. Like now we don't have to depend on you. You don't need a man in a household for the household to be stable.
But it wasn't the jobs though. Really, realistically, it wasn't really the jobs. Honestly,
So
yeah,
to really touch in on that, like I feel like society has led media. The media has been like. The media has really brainwashed a lot of the young generation who doesn't have a strong household or a strong teacher.
Amen. What?
If you really can follow the music from the 1950s to the 1960s, music was all about loving each other, not fighting, not cussing each other out, not trying to look for blame anybody for the problem. If you had something in the house, it's all about love and repairing it. Now the music. If you really touch, and I don't want to say it because I still listen to hip hop music, but hip hop, don't hit it.
What?
Sorry, y'all. But
we off the board.
Music alone.
Nah, because if you would hit my kid on hot music, I would have been under the car. You hit me.
Music alone has really started to warp people's mind states and make them feel like, okay, oh, a female ain't a queen no more, she a bitch. A female a hoe now. A female, and then not only that, the music for the females isn't like, like you could, okay, so one of the top music, respect me, you know that song, R-E-S-P-C-T, that song right there made females feel like, alright, you gonna respect me.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna treat me like any other female.
But nowadays it's
Megan Thee Stallion, I'm a Turk on you, I'm gonna put this pussy on your side.
Oh Lord.
Not the warm.
I'm telling you.
That warm apple pie.
And then not even music alone. Television alone has showed that, okay, women can do whatever they want. They have 3 different males. They have the father, not the baby daddy.
It's all by design.
It is by design, and it's come from you having that strong mentality where you don't allow certain stuff to influence you to make certain decisions.
People don't understand nowadays. The family unit is the strongest thing. It's the strongest. It's the strongest thing anybody could ever have. There's a reason why mainstream culture goes against getting married, having kids after you get married. There's literally statistics show literally that a person, or people I should say, will do better if they follow these steps. 1, graduate high school. 2, either get a job or go to college. 3, get married. 4, then have children. They're already statistically better financially, I should say, than people who either dropped out of high school, had kids out of wedlock, never got married or whatever. Those people are shown to be in poverty and stay that way. It'll be very hard. Like, I'm not saying there aren't outliers. There definitely are. But it'll be very, very hard for you.
Okay. So also, like, just like I was saying, the mind state of like the simple.
Mainstream culture.
It's just a simple like all right. So I go to a Facebook post. I'm trying to remember clearly, like vividly. Dang, it's so many. I'm trying to make sure I have a right one. So, all right, I know everybody probably seen this. Y'all probably don't have y'all two don't have social media like that, but y'all probably heard about it. The lady who got on her baby daddy about the food.
I see that.
So how is it technically how is he wrong for not having food for his child, for the other kids, but it's okay if she don't you spending your money on nails and makeup.
You wasn't wrong about excuse me, in my perspective.
But society,
I mean, knowing the backstory of it.
It's so crazy.
See, but that's the thing, you gotta know the backstory. It's like, is he actually with her?
No.
Yeah.
See, if he wasn't with her, then yeah, I say
The
he's not wrong.
backstory.
Those kids are not his
The
responsibility.
backstory of that, they lived together. Yes, she did have kids. His baby is the youngest.
They live
So
together.
they did live together before.
Oh,
They were together before. His baby is the youngest child, so she already had her other kids. They broke up. Then he was still taking care. Like when he was in the house, he was buying food for all the kids at one point. Like he was bringing home food for everybody. But once they broke up, he started just taking care of his one child.
that's
I
understandable.
don't see a problem with that. Me
There is no
personally, I don't see a problem with
There's
that.
no
I was in the
problem.
household. Yes, I'm going to provide for all of your kids, but now we're not together for
you were
whatever
together.
reason. Now we're not together for whatever reason. I'm finna take care of my child.
That's
Daddies need
understandable.
to step up and take care of their kids. Point
Yeah.
blank period. I didn't lay
True.
down to have them kids with you.
The problem is that female is because, look, because how many kids did she have?
They never really say
Okay.
specified.
All right, so let's just go on by saying she had 6 kids. That's why I just said let's just say she had 6. So the problem starts with her. She get with baby daddy number 1, have a kid, they break up. I mean, you can see the trend. She just goes straight to another dude, have a baby, break up with him. Go to another dude, have a baby, break up with him. Until she finally got to that man.
Who is somewhat of a
And-
stand-up guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a pretty good guy. He's taking care of his kid, you,
Don't know
and
the
the
guy.
other kids. Like, I don't know the whole backstory, but I'm like,
He chirping. This light ain't helping either.
bro, and I feel like
Turn it
part of like cheating and everything is like it said, it stems from how you were grown up, like how you were raised. Because if, like, say you come from a single mother household and you see your mom just bringing in guy after guy after guy after guy, you're gonna think that's normal. You're
can I-
gonna
wait,
probably
can I
feel
interject?
like it's not.
Even if she's not bringing in guy after guy after guy, she can still be doing that, but trying to keep it from your
Eyesight.
viewpoint. But kids, it's so crazy because kids know.
Kids know.
They know. I don't know how. I really don't. Honest to God, kids just know.
So
It's
I also
crazy.
want to say this
It's
about
really
cheating.
crazy.
I hate it's a double standard.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
hate
that
that.
neither. It's weird.
The
It's weird
female
to me.
not happy. Her man ain't. Oh, he ain't giving you what the attention. Oh, he working too much. Oh, he don't cater to you. You can step out. And I've seen this on social media, TV shows. Y'all will
But there's
glorify
so many
her.
double standards
Because-
as well. Because if a man has multiple sexual partners, he's just doing what
He a
men
hoe.
do.
He a
No
dog.
one
The
says
reason
that.
that
No one says
is
that.
the-
He just do what men do. But if it's the women, she
They can be
bro.
called that,
She a
but-
god, bro. But it's not popular that men are called.
It's
that.
a saying. It
Not
says
popular.
that. Dang, what he said, bro. A key. Something about a key that opens many doors is a good key, but a door that opens to any key is a bad lock.
But still, it's like
That's
it's not even like,
That's
bro.
the standard. That's
Yeah.
the big
that's the double standard.
It's something that I've heard and people
A
try
woman who
try
has
to
a high
use-
body count is less valued than a woman with a low body count. A man with a high body count
Oh my
is
gosh,
more
I seen
valued
this
than a man with a low
I
body
seen
count.
this one podcast that literally put up statistics that said women who have more sexual partners when they get married, they're more likely to
To
get
be less
divorced.
happy. To
Oh,
be
was it
less
happy? It was
to
happy?
be
Oh.
to get divorced
I thought it was
because
divorce.
they don't have too many partners. They can't be satisfied.
But the thing
They
is,
cannot
it's
be
like
satisfied or be stuck with that one person because their body is used to being with multiple people.
the thing is crazy. I feel like it'd be the same with guys. as well.
It is.
Most divorces are followed by women.
Women, yeah.
I ain't never seen no player settle down and have one woman. I'm gonna be honest. And I didn't see the most.
You
of it.
won't. Men are not. Y'all will never be satisfied with just one woman.
That's
It's not true.
Y'all will never be satisfied with just one woman.
Bro, why you
Men
staring
go
your sister
out.
down?
That's not true. There are so many.
I've been looking at her the whole time because like we're just talking.
No,
Like,
there are so many
when-
happy. It's crazy.
a man
because
will go out and see a girl with a nice body. First thing they gonna think is I was smashed. They might not say it out loud, but it's definitely up there.
But
Okay.
that doesn't mean you're
Y'all
not satisfied
You're not
with your
satisfied
woman.
if you have to go out and look
So
at other
that's
women.
not true.
But, can I wait?
But
But
see-
I'm
But
satisfied.
but
But
look,
I'm
but
not
look,
saying
look.
that other
That's
stuff.
crazy
Crazy because
hold
women
on,
do
hold
the
on,
same
hold on.
thing.
But and look at what
No.
you said. Look at what you said. If you
Yes.
have to, that's not a have to thing.
Have to
if,
what? What? Wait,
when you say if you go, if a man, a man is not satisfied if he has to go out and look at other women. You're saying that as in a standpoint as like, oh, every time a man go outside, oh, where's the next fit? Where's this bag? No. It's
Some
like,
of them do, yeah.
some of them do.
But
Most men that are happy at home, or some people, like, what about the men that don't have a female at home? Like, they just walk. It's just a man thing, like, because men are visual things. Like, they
Yeah.
see a female, oh, she looks good, and we go on about our date. That's it. Or it's be like, dang, I would tap that, and we go on about our day. Like, that's it. It's not
Yeah.
like. It's not like we sit on, dang, bro, you saw her about 5 minutes ago, like she was a
But
little
the
like,
thing is,
yo.
I think the thing is that it's not a double standard, but it's different because if a woman can go out and have a conversation with a guy, she definitely think, oh man, like he's a nice guy. I'd be with him. I'd date him. I sleep with him or whatever because we're mental people. Like it's not about looks realistically.
men
It's about
are
mental
more
things.
physical though.
Yeah,
We don't
I
think
mean,
about.
That's why I
We
said
don't.
visual.
We. Yeah, y'all physical.
We're
y'all,
more
y'all
mental,
like
emotional.
body.
So,
It's that
so
We
do it,
look
go back
at a
to-
man. But yes, he can be attractive, but you gotta. Your personality gotta be on point.
I got a big.
Depending on what
Gotta
type
be
of female
respectful.
you
Hold
are.
on, hold on, hold on.
If she, then
So-
she gon' split the legs regardless. I'm saying like women
Some
who
men-
value themselves or
Some,
like
some men, all you need is a deep pocket.
So okay,
that's it.
so it's a saying that men physically cheat and women mentally cheat.
Yeah.
So
Emotional.
what is worse? What is worse? If you mentally cheat, you can't.
I feel like that is
that's
worse.
over.
Mentally
It is
is
worse.
worse.
Women.
But then
women,
again, in my
if
case,
you're
it's
with
different.
somebody and they're committed to you, they're committed to you. Women, I want to say
That comes
women
first.
only when we're attached to somebody, we're attached to somebody. We won't step out and cheat until if we disconnect. When we disconnect, that's when if we end up
I feel like
having sex with
I feel
somebody
like
else,
it's a
that's when
multi-step
you know
thing.
you're
Once you disconnect, then
Yeah.
it's like you're looking for somebody else, and then you get with this person and y'all have a great conversation. Now you're you're
connected.
forming that bond, and then you go to the physical.
It takes
But
us
for
a
me, it
while
was
to-
different because I'm not gonna lie. There was a point where me and Devontae was just roommates. We were just living together. That was just it.
Dang,
Got
why
caught.
you got caught?
I thought she was going.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
probably mentally
But you-
disconnected from the relationship.
You- You didn't.
it
You
was
didn't
just-
disconnect. Y'all had a rough patch. That's not disconnect.
No, it wasn't
when
a
the women
rough patch.
disconnect, when
It
the
was-
women disconnect, we step out. When we step
No.
out,
I
we're
mean, no.
disconnected.
It's not
That step out is always a choice because
It
you
is a
can
choice.
disconnect, but you have to choose to at least try
That's
to
what
reconnect.
I'm saying. When you disconnect, I'm not saying we instantly disconnect when we step out. I'm saying like if she do step out, she has already disconnected. She disconnected a long time
Yeah,
ago.
but
she just
most,
here.
I feel like the only reason she would step out is if she's not even going to give that a chance to reconnect. Or maybe,
Exactly.
or maybe she has, but she's not giving full effort anymore because of that
Yeah.
disconnect. So
There-
she's going to be
Once-
like,
I
"I'll
feel
give
like
you part way. You got to reach me."
once I me personally, once I disconnect, I disconnect. It's
Not
wrap.
me.
I feel like everybody has.
I can't,
I don't
'cause-
care mode.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't feel
But
like
the
you
thing
can
is,
come back from like a disconnect. Like
Trust me,
it
you
depends
can.
on how
You
deep
can. I
your
mean, we
disconnect
definitely
is.
have. I mean, trust me.
Hey, bro,
We never like we never spoke with anyone outside of just the two of us, but we were
You ain't disconnect, dog.
no.
You ain't disconnect.
I
That's,
feel like
it was just a very rough time for me personally,
You didn't disconnect. You was
and
going through a rough
then it
patch.
was a lot of stuff that between me and Devontae that was just like
I want to say this. Oh my God.
Bro, I'm finna meet this.
I want to say this.
We were
I've heard relationships where both partners cheat and they live happily like that. They cheat, they have their
That
thing, and they
is
come
an
home.
open relationship.
Yeah, that's when they call it
I
an
don't
open
like that.
relationship.
When both partners know that you're stepping out. That's an open
that.
relationship.
I don't.
But when
I don't
both
see
of
the
them are
point.
cheating and they don't acknowledge it, it's still a toxic relationship.
That's a
No,
bad.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's healthy when you know, but it's
Yeah.
bad when you don't know.
Because
So-
I know a person who's in the oh, I'm in a relationship with this person, and I sneak off with my stuff. They don't know, and the relationship fell apart. And you have more famous people,
Boom.
but look,
But
like
it's
even
made,
look
yeah.
at Kevin Gates. Like he had an open relationship,
Pretty much.
and didn't he get divorced recently?
He's divorcing his wife.
Or-
Well, at least they said they were
Drake
divorced.
again get divorced? Drake?
She
She
supposedly
apparently had sex
she-
with her personal trainer.
with
Yeah.
her personal
But her
trainer.
personal trainer is a girl.
Yeah, but still, it
He
wasn't
he
to his.
said-
He was hurt.
He
was
mad
hurt.
that she didn't tell
She
him.
didn't tell him. Yeah,
That's it.
she cheated.
Look,
pretty
that's
much.
the
But
only
they
thing
did
that
have like an
changed
open
from an
relationship, right?
Yeah.
Because he was saying they said openly on radio shows and other interviews that they bring other people into their marriage and he sees other women as long as he tells her. At least that's what I thought I heard.
Bro, because the only thing that quote unquote stops it from being cheating to an open relationship is
It's
if I
telling your
tell
partner
her
Knowledge.
that, like, oh, I'm gonna be with her. Well, I'm gonna, like, this is my little side piece. You know, that's the only thing that makes it like, oh, it's not cheating. It's an open relationship.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about.
most
No,
girls
I'm
can't
saying
accept
like
that, though.
no, because I was about to.
Nobody heard what she said.
I was about to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah.
So that half of your body's not even in the camera.
Yeah.
It
Cause
is.
they ain't gonna
Like,
get
what's
to that point.
after you
If she
say
would've-
that?
Oh, it's extended?
Oh snap! Is it?
Yeah. Like, really, like
Yeah,
after
they
the end of
probably
this,
gonna
like,
see
it will see like
Oh.
your back and everything.
Dang, you see me scratching my booty?
No,
but
but for real,
going
yeah.
back,
Come back, open road. What?
Open relationships aren't that bad.
open relationships are bad
Too
for
many
your
people.
relationship.
Too many people.
Not necessarily.
Yes,
Too
it
many
is.
emotions.
Because the reason why men cheat is because they can't be satisfied with women.
No.
They can't be satisfied.
The reason that
They
a
both
man
said
is-
no at the same time.
Because the reason that a man
crazy.
cheats is because he's not being satisfied. It's not that he can't
He's not
be
being
satisfied.
satisfied.
Can't be.
But see, look, but that simple change of those words switches up the whole game. Because you say he can't be satisfied, and I say he's not satisfied.
It's crazy.
That switches up the whole. It's saying that he's not. It's saying that you still have a chance of making him satisfied. Saying that he can't be satisfied, just saying that, oh, it's just raps from the get go. As soon as
All
he
men
born,
cheat.
if
No.
look,
I feel
okay,
like-
bro, in order for you to say
I'm
all
trolling,
men
I'm
say
trolling, don't get
no,
me, I'm
yeah, I
trolling.
get, but still going with what you're saying, because I'm pretty sure there are
Yeah.
people that actually think that. In
Yeah,
order,
that all men cheat.
yeah.
Yeah.
In order
Every
for
girl
them,
in the world.
in order for them to think that, they
don't think
they
that.
have
They
to
don't
think
think
that all women cheat.
Every girl in the world
I
think
don't-
all men cheat.
I don't think.
But see, look, but
She
I'm,
just
I don't
don't think her man cheat.
No, I don't think all men cheat.
See, look,
there
but-
are men out there who are faithful.
Yeah.
To a fault.
No,
Because
I didn't.
I said in order for you to think that all men cheat
I
on
think
this
all
hand,
men
then it has to be all women cheat.
Yeah,
it goes
they do. They just don't get caught.
Don't-
Women
don't-
women be cheating.
Oh, I remember
Don't.
what I was thinking. So going back to what y'all was talking about, when
Ridiculous.
with the men are more physical, women are mental, and you was like, which is worse? I say in a way, you know, in the grand scheme, they're equal. They're both
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But it's like
But
because
worldly.
I say
Think worldly. You
I
have to think
I
worldly
say
with your
females because men, like you said, men will see a bad chick, or you know what? Scratch that. Men will see a woman, and if she trying to get sticked up, then we like, hey, let me do the sticking. But women, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna build some type of relationship
Mhm.
first. So
Yeah.
it's
But
not that you're just stepping out and you're like, oh man, I
Let
had
me
this
let
one
me
bad
tap this
thing.
real quick.
It's
and
so
then go
crazy
back
Yeah,
because
to
no,
getting
you
to the
made
point of that.
I got a whole
I gotta
nother
talk
relationship.
to you. I gotta hang around you a few times. We gotta go on dates.
talking
We
about
gotta
this.
do this.
Full
But it's
text
crazy
message.
because
Even
you're
when
getting
you
to the
go to
point
a
of
bar
where
and you're saying,
women
"Oh, I
are
was
doing that.
drunk,"
That's the
you
crazy
did a
thing.
lot of talking
Because they're
before
making
that.
it more socially acceptable for women to be men.
So
In a
okay.
sense.
So the topic was the generational common sense and thought about cheating, and we both it's fucked up. Cheating in this generation is ridiculous. Like I've seen people cheat, like brothers, for their brother's baby mama, and don't care. No, like, oh, it's okay, it's all cool. Like when do
Come out here and beat it. Yeah, right down the couch.
when do cheating really? When do cheating comes into play as being just unacceptable?
When we start raising our kids right, and it's not to say that our parents didn't raise us right, but
My mama,
we just
my
really
parents-
didn't. We really didn't see any, for speaking from me, okay, I really didn't see any good relationships in the marriage sense. There's really no
Granted, you grown.
yeah, but we were here on the button. When I was born, Granddaddy was like 50, 60 something.
That's actually the honest
50,
thing.
60
I haven't
something.
really seen a
They
good
went through the rough patch
model of
before
marriage.
we were even. They were at that point where it was sickness and health. He was taking care of grandma because she was slowly deteriorating. That's what we seen. We didn't see them stepping out on each other and working it out. We didn't see them struggling with, whether he's not getting something from grandma and she's not getting something from him, whether it's mental, physical, respect, love or whatever. We didn't see that part.
Yeah.
We came in on the button, and Uncle Mike and Auntie Pat, we didn't really see too much of their relationship to even get a grasp of it. To me, it was kind of like a roommate type marriage situation.
Alright.
I don't even know if they slept together. I mean, I know they didn't sleep together. I'm saying like sexually. I don't know if they slept together. That's Auntie Addie and Uncle Dickie.
I agree
We
to
seen
that.
a little bit of that, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't really.
A happy marriage type
No,
situation.
I mean they were
happy,
happy,
it was
but it was
short.
just like, yeah. I mean,
Because
he had cancer. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
So are you saying that to really get a good grasp of it, it has to be that
it starts in your
in-home
Yeah.
front center parent?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree to that.
I believe,
a lot of
like-
things. I feel like that's why the world is the way it is now, because like you said, it starts at home.
It
Everything,
starts-
even with the school stuff and all that.
From
It starts at home. It starts with the
A
parents.
kid's first
Because you need a role model.
understanding of anything and learning how to do anything is visual. They do what they see. That's why kids get into that stage of mimicking.
Monkey see, monkey do type
Yeah.
of stuff.
That it's from birth until they can really understand how to process things.
Okay.
They're just seeing, because it's like, how do a baby know, gestures to do when they want you to come here and they can't talk? How do they know to do that? Because that's what they see. You be like, hey, come here. It's like they're putting it together by what they see, and then hearing comes into play once they start to actually understand words, and then they start to place it together even more. It's like, oh, this goes with that.
Okay.
But kids are very visual,
So
and it's like you can say, oh, I don't want to be like my parents, but if you really look at your life, in a sense, you would see like so many similarities with whatever parent, I don't want to say raised you, but really that's what it is, raised you. I mean, you ain't gonna see it with a parent who was absent. You'll definitely see it with like either your mom or your dad, whichever one raised you.
alright, I understand that deeply.
So it's
So-
like, even though you, like I said, you got outliers on both sides of the fence. There's a person that in it also stems to communication and how that relationship was, whatever. Because people just stick together for the kids, and then once they go off to college, they write a letter. Oh, your mom and I, we're getting a divorce. Or they call, oh yeah, your mom and I, we ain't together no more. We getting a divorce, and then the kids are like, they know because they seen it, but they're still confused because that's all they know. But really, they ain't gonna have no good relationship because they ain't really see no good relationships because their parents didn't know how to communicate.
So would y'all consider y'all like the outline and the 1%? Because I feel like y'all
In a
was.
sense, yeah, but we didn't do things right.
Is that
Slept
technically
together
what is right and what's
outside
right?
of marriage?
I'm saying, like, honestly, do y'all feel like that y'all can take the necessary steps to continue like growing in the sense of a relationship and marriage? Because technically, once you marry, you still in that relationship. Cause
Yeah.
y'all still gotta grow and know each other for the rest of your life.
And a
Got
lot
that life.
y'all kind of looked at us funny when we said like, yeah, we're putting each other first before our kids. Because at the end of the day, like me and Devontae said, once those kids are outside of the house,
From a
I don't
parent,
want to be a stranger. I understand, like I ain't a parent, so I don't really know, but I feel like
it's a
firmly it'll be that way. It's not like,
It's
oh, if we can only afford 2-3 slices of pizza and we got 2 kids and then they both still want, let's say we got 3 slices, they both still want more after they ate their 1 slice. It's not like, oh, we're gonna take it for ourselves.
That's
or
above
feed,
your head.
or feed each other and then feed our kids. No, we're gonna feed our kids. We're gonna make
That's
sure
what I'm saying.
they're satisfied.
it's certain
It's
like,
not
the
to
way-
say-
That's not putting
Yeah.
your kid above you.
It's,
But that's
yeah,
what
it's
I'm saying,
not.
like,
it's
it's
not
not
to
that-
say like.
I would never put nobody above Brianna because at the end of the day, it's me and Brianna against the world. We
Mm.
made kids, but in a certain situation, like when it comes to eating, I don't care. I'll eat
Yeah.
last if I
But
have
a
to.
lot
It's,
of people
it's food.
take that as a very literal thing. It's not literal.
You can't. You
It's an
not.
example.
It don't matter who
you
eats
can't
first.
put like.
It don't matter.
It's, I don't want to go back to the religion of the Bible, but in the sense of having a happy relationship, you can't never put that spouse last, because then it kind of make them feel like they not equal or they not being like portrayed as the way
That's
they
where
need to be.
relationships break down.
Alright.
You gotta make sure you doing what you're
Because-
doing as a man, and I'm doing what I'm doing as a woman, so that even after our kids graduate, get married, and have their own kids, our grandkids can see grandma and grandpa together. Like I see my granddad and my grandma. It might not have been, it might not have been good or great or whatever. They did argue, whatever. But hey, I mean,
Alright. I feel like we talked good on this topic. Like, I feel like we touched good. Next.
man, I'm still on that mental or physical. My thing is very like. My thing is, I guess it's one-sided for me. Because me and Devontae, we only been with me and Devontae. So if Devontae go out and sleep with somebody else, that'll break shit. I don't know how to go back from that.
I want to say this.
Because if he go and have a mental relationship, I can come back from it. What, physical? I don't know. I'd have to do a lot of soul searching, a lot of counseling, and a lot of reading to see that road clear up with that fog and whatnot. Because I don't see a way back.
So with mental, you gotta.
That's it.
I feel like when somebody mentally cheats, they don't even have to go like literally be with that person. You
Yeah.
already created that whole life in your head.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You didn't create
I
it.
get that.
How you gonna meet them, and if
I
your
get that, I
meeting
get
go
that.
right, what you gonna move next to, and then if you decide to leave your spouse and get with them, how your life gonna be. That mentally puts up a whole wall for anything else your spouse can do. Cause now you're not worried about if your spouse gonna pick up the slack. You worrying about shit. When I'm gonna start this next life with this next person. So
I get that, but people will come back from that. And I feel like I can come back.
I think it's a trust thing.
I feel like
Can you trust somebody to come back from a
it would be. It would be.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't say no.
They
'cause
can
it'd be
come
a lot
back,
of
but it'll
work.
take a while
It'd
for
be
you
a
to
lot of
trust
work.
them again.
And they would have to be
Mental cheat?
patient. They would have to be patient.
But see, that's
as
the
well.
point. All right, so
And you'd have to
okay.
be patient too.
Is it fair for somebody to have to wait for you to get mentally back in the right mindset?
Yeah, it is fair because
Wait,
because you
wait.
was the one that did the wrong. So I was patient and lenient, and I ain't
Hold
just
on.
say, oh, forget it. I'm
I think
leaving.
you
I'm
got it kind
gone.
of backwards.
No,
What?
So if the person who's mentally cheating
Uh-huh.
cheats, like not say they mentally cheat, and the person who didn't cheat, do you think it's fair for that person who didn't cheat have to wait for that person who mentally cheated to get back into the right mindset?
Oh, that's what you're saying. I feel like it wouldn't. I feel like it wouldn't be. I don't know. I don't feel like it would take that long for a person who is mentally out of it to come back. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because realistically, for me, once you pass that physical threshold, I think that's when things are like, can you come back? Because y'all took the time out to plan. Let's just say Devontae was talking to somebody over chat online or whatever, like Instagram or something. And then strangers, they never seen each other, whatever. They would have to put so much into seeing each other. So many steps, like you gotta plan out when you gonna do it, how you gonna do it, where you gonna do it,
how long you gonna go for?
Yeah, it's like you have to put so much into actually going into meeting that person face to face. So once you hit that physical threshold, I feel like then it's like I don't know. I feel like it'll be harder to come back from that because you built up a relationship with that person, and not only did you build up a relationship, now you done took it further. You done seen them, y'all had dates, you done slept together.
Okay, so scenario. Say, try to put you back out there. Scene.
Nigga, why they make you see, dog? How bitch you can't see?
But okay, Sponte, since Devontae out clean the pool, right?
Again,
That
in the
bitch,
pool.
that
Stop
bitch came
using
out,
that scenario.
came out, and like in the road.
How
in the
much money
towel.
she got? No.
Hold on, yeah. Vontae, come here, come get it. And Vontae just like he didn't have a bad day, bad week. Y'all done argue.
I'm just trying to release some
You
stress.
feel me? He it's a one-time thing for him. He did it. He back to you. You don't know for years. You don't know for years. Listen, you don't know for
She
years.
gotta pay me.
You don't know for years, right?
$1 million.
He done been faithful. He.
But if I find out, like I said before, we had conversation. If I find out years later, it's gonna be even worse. Cause you hit it and you didn't man up. Like you couldn't come to me and be respectful
What
towards
happens? You
me.
don't find out, but you find out at Judgment Day, like when y'all both enter the gates. The guy read down his list, like
Yeah, you gonna have to send me down because I'm about to kill this nigga. For
How you
real.
gonna kill him? He
I'm
already
already
dead.
dead.
He about to be doubling dead. Doubling dead.
nigga talking about she at the gates in front of the. No way.
We about to be doubling. We about to be doubling dead.
The holy gun out of her. I'm dead.
You about to be thrown into the lake of fire
But
times
She
10.
said,
boy.
forget the Holy Spirit. I need them holy bullets.
Please.
Well,
I'm finna send you to Jesus.
you already killed her. But what I said is,
You'll
it's
see in
come
about
to
10 minutes. Hold on. Because that ain't going to be the only time. I'm coming back. Boom, 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 boom. Every time you come back, where you go,
I
go.
said that for a second to make this change.
Shooter.
That certain males can physically cheat and never switch. Like it can't. They can physically cheat and come right back. Like they can cheat once. Like, oh, this is not what I want. I want what I got.
Yeah.
But I've seen females who mentally cheat
It
and
can't
then
come back.
no, they just it start rotting the relationship. They can't come back. They can't.
Soul ties.
But I feel like
Women
okay.
take soul ties. Soul
I mean,
ties are harder on women than it is.
That's
on
what I'm
men.
trying to get at. Like,
Y'all
I
can
feel
be
like-
with multiple women. It would not mess up your mental, but for a female, it would mess
Oh.
up your mental.
Oh, I was about to say.
I mean, but doing that
I don't
with,
think that's true.
like doing that
That's
with
true.
anybody still affects you in a certain way.
What do
like,
you mean?
like take you for example. If you sleep, let's say with 20 guys, like it may wreck you mentally before it may wreck me mentally if I sleep
That's
with
what I'm
20
saying.
girls.
I
No,
know,
but I'm
that's
saying-
what I was just saying. Men
Yeah,
can,
which is why I
like,
said like it affects people in different ways. Like it may not be to the 21st girl where it hits me.
My thing is
Yeah.
who hurt to me because I don't, and it's not to get at anybody. I don't understand why people get with multiple people. I'm for one person. I'm gonna say that. I've been that way since.
it's
You know,
like I
I'm
was
for
saying.
one person, but it's like when I see people sleeping with multiple guys, it's like who hurt you? Who hurt you? And that hurt doesn't
multiple
have to
guys
be
at one time or just different relationships.
one time and both just different relationships.
Like if the relationship
Because-
didn't work out.
To me, it's like a lot of people when you say who hurt you, they think about like a relationship, like you and your boyfriend, or something like that. Don't think about you and your father as well. Who hurt you? who hurt you.
Yeah.
Or
Hold
not
on.
even your father, just that male role model in your life could have did
Yeah.
something to
So-
you, and now
But
you
not
can't
even
stay
did
with
something
one guy.
to you in a physical sense, like raped or touched you.
I was about to say
It's
that.
like what you see as well, like with your parents, or like just
Or
different
just
relationships
abuse you
around
mentally,
you.
like verbally abuse you and stuff.
Not only that, it's just like your examples did something to you. I feel,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be physical. It can be emotional, or you could have just verbal, and you could have, or you could have just witnessed, a lot of hurt within your childhood or whatever.
Okay.
And I feel like it affects people. I mean, things that I've
It's
seen.
like you're looking to
things that
fill a
I've done.
void that
Yeah.
wasn't filled when you were a child. Like, let's
Yeah.
say,
I yearn for
Mom
my dad.
used
Your
to-
dad was there, but
that,
realistically, I didn't really respect him until after he passed because of certain things that I seen with him and my mom.
Mhm.
And also, I also yearned for my dad's
Absence.
a relationship with my dad. No matter how many times he might have hurt me, it was still like, that's my dad. I love him. I want a relationship, but you call him, pick up. You say he coming to get you, you wait. You never show up. That's just things
Bro,
that happen.
Bro, that's
But,
only
like-
with dads. Like, cause let your mom tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna come get you." You're not like all
But
that.
it's crazy. I can't say that.
It's
My
bad
mom
on
never
both
did that
ends
because
to
we
me.
lived
My mom
together.
never did either.
It's bad on both ends to me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's-
bad on both ends, but yeah, it's
Whether
like
it's an absent mom or absent dad, it's still bad.
Yeah.
People, society just make it worse when it's an absent.
and it's
dad.
crazy. We
It's
should talk on
plenty of
this
dead.
on another
Like,
make it
we
a-
had-
because for me it's crazy because for me I would look at a mother so much harshly if she was that absent parent. And I'm biased.
You do that.
I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I would look so harshly. Like for dad, he absent.
You're-
I'd be like, okay, it's
You're
not right.
used-
It's not right.
You're used to it.
It's not right. I understand that, but it's kind of like I give them the benefit of. Oh,
Good thing you ain't snatched down the lappy.
I give the guy the benefit of the doubt because a lot of people, and growing up, we hear this too. A lot of people be like, "Oh, he ain't ish. He don't do that," but they don't say what they do. They don't say how he called. Could I speak to my kid? No, you ain't. We need money. We need this, and if you, can't give us that, then
you
click.
don't need to speak to your
Yeah.
child. Why you
Or
want to be in his?
He got a new dad now. Click. It's like no, like you push them away. You can't say he's a deadbeat when you push them away. He tried to build that relationship with his child. He got tired. He got tired of fighting you. And then you telling the kid a one-sided story. It's like
Oh, your daddy don't want you. Your daddy
It's
ain't
crazy.
got that for you.
so. I would judge the mom more harshly because I for the life of me cannot understand why you would abandon your kids for the life of me. I can't understand it.
I feel like
I can't.
I agree to that, but at the same time, I feel like we don't address the fact that some of these people don't fight enough. Like that's your seed.
No, yeah, some of
I'm
these men
sorry,
don't.
as a male,
The thing is crazy because women, I don't even know if it pertains to marriage, if you're married as well, but I know if you're single, women get the rights. Like right now, Brianna has more rights than you do. So if y'all split up, the kids are hers. You gotta fight for that.
You know they're making
It's
a law
crazy.
where
It's
if
crazy.
a woman
Yeah.
is pregnant, she can put the man on child support.
Yeah, in
if the
Georgia.
child isn't under
They
one.
already doing that in well,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it.
I find that duty-free.
I
And
don't
this
know
is
if
what I was
it's
trying
in
to
Georgia.
say.
I hate the child support system. I'm gonna
Because
say it right now.
why do I have to take? Why do I gotta pay child support on a child that's not here, and it possibly, if that person is a certain way, not mine?
It's so
It might not even be my
crazy.
kid.
It's so
that's
crazy.
a whole nother.
That's a whole
episode.
nother.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get
But-
into it. That's the child support system. I hate it.
As a male,
Abolish it.
I don't know. As a male, all I had was my mother in my
Mm.
life. Yes, my father, he popped in every now and then. Like I literally count 5 times I seen my father throughout my 27 years of life. And as a male, we yearn.
You so rude.
No.
It's you.
It's
Back
you.
you had your daddy in your life.
It's you. You said, dang. I
Bro, no, I was thinking about the Kevin Hart thing. I was like, man, I was like, dang, 27? Like,
oh, when he did that, he said,
Yeah.
dang, what?
Wait,
he was like, I'm 56. He was like, dang. That's what I was thinking.
He said, I'm sorry.
But I would like, even though I got over my father not being in my life at 13, and most people like take years for that to kind of click for them that it happened. I can't do nothing about it. And my mother passed. I think I was like 26. I got to know my father even more after her death, and it took my mother passing to realize that I can't hold people accountable for actions when they was younger and a kid. He was 16.
If I'm being
And there's
honest, I don't know.
it's more of a mature
it's
stage.
shaky for me. It's shaky for me because it's like I'm reading this really good book. I'll talk about it. The name of it. I don't want to say it. I'm reading this really good book, and it talks about the black community and how we don't we don't do well with accountability and being accountable for our actions. And to say that he was 16, I understand that, but it's like at that point you should have, if you wasn't a man already, you should have became a man and got the understanding that because you're not the oldest.
Yeah, you was
you're not
16.
the oldest, right?
But at one point,
You got older kids,
Then
right?
you turn 25.
Yeah.
Then you turn 30.
So it's like, how can you sit here and be like, I understand you don't want to hold him accountable, but you got
It's
to.
not about holding him accountable.
You got to.
It's about
You got to.
I
I
held him
understand he was a young
accountable for-
man, but it's like, bro, you had kids. You brought another person into this world. Somebody that was depending on you to eat, literally eat, to do the basic things that anybody would need in life. They need a place. They need food. They need clothes. They need to be clean. They couldn't do nothing for themselves. At that point, when you found out you were going to become a father, whether it was 13, 15, 16, what have you should have became a man then. And I blame that not only on your dad, but on your dad's dad as well. Because it's like,
Make him.
Listen.
why you didn't make him step up?
Hold on. So let me. My father's father, it wasn't his life. He's married to my grandmother, and I go see them anytime I want.
It's
So
crazy.
when I say I forgave him for being a father at 16 and not understanding how to step up and be a man, that wasn't just for me to like, oh, I need you in my life. That was for me to grow up as a male, because I was still holding on to that anger. Like,
Yeah.
I made a vow commitment at 15 that I would not be my father. That means I won't have multiple females. I won't have multiple babies out of wedlock. I won't have multiple baby mamas. I won't be on child support. I won't be living a pillow to post. I'll be on making steps to make sure I'm securing my future.
I get that.
So it really.
Can we not? We'll do this afterwards. Free promo.
So I've held him accountable. Like
Yeah.
I've sat down like, dang, what really make a male has my dad. I would say he got, to my knowledge, to my full knowledge, everybody I know, he has at least 7 kids.
Not bad.
So
3
for-
sets.
7 kids.
Oh.
So it takes more mental knowledge to hold on to all that anger. Like, dang, why you ain't care for me? Why you ain't love me? I can admit this. I can really admit it. I've cried about it. Like, that's young age. Like,
Oh yeah. No doubt.
so
Me too.
it is really more of a mental state or a mental decision. Will I follow this? Is this who I'm going to be? Because what we don't know, we really do follow. Like DNA
I feel
holds
like,
a lot of traits for us, and we don't really know. Like
yeah, and I also feel like the more you resist, the more you.
the more you
become,
deny it,
Yeah.
the more it
It's not even about denying
more
it. It's
you
like
become.
you too focused on trying not to be that parent that you don't even see that you're.
becomes.
You're following in
Following
that
that
But that's
footsteps.
denial. Like I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I know I come from a strong black woman who got a heart. That's my caring side. That's why like I'm so helpful. But I also know I have a father. My father was a dog. He's still a dog. He just got married
You just got married.
like 3 years ago to a girl that's like 20, like 19, 20.
Oh man, that's one of
He's
his
a dog.
kids.
He's a dog. You get me? And I like it took me. It took my mother passing and me really reflecting that like I could be my father if I didn't care.
Yeah.
I can really be a slick ass talker who have multiple females, who got multiple kids, and it's more of you have to understand, you have to accept who you is as a person. You gotta accept your flaws, your perfections, all, and then you can't really have that mental talk to yourself like, okay, I know what I need to work on.
Yeah.
I really need to do this and that. You gonna fail, cause then you deny your truth. You deny who you really are, and some people do that and become these super hoes that have 4 or 5 kids. Come be these niggas who have 8 baby mamas on $30,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Or you got 5 kids, or you a female living, you solely depend on welfare because you so stuck on the past and who hurt you, who's still hurting you. Most people don't realize.
Yeah.
And you can't, if you really can't mentally grow and jump over that hurdle, you're just digging yourself a ditch to bury yourself in. Honestly.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So
Why Devontae so quiet? He ain't say nothing in like 30 minutes.
More-
Keep talking.
The more you try to run
Jump
away
in,
from
how you doing?
your parents, the more you run closer to being. It's crazy.
it's a saying they say like we are our parents. Like your parents are you, you are your parents. It
In a
is.
sense, yeah.
Like y'all all, like no offense, y'all all got a caring heart, and that's y'all mom.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how mad y'all might get, y'all gonna still care for y'all family. That's y'all mom. But
Stuff like that. It's just.
all right, anybody feel like they got something else to say on this topic before we switch it?
Bro, what topic you even on?
We're talking about after
The central thing we were
Right.
speaking about was cheating, and I still believe that it ain't a nature thing. It ain't
That's
a
a
nature
human
thing.
nature. That's
it
human
ain't
nature.
human nature.
Yes, it's
no,
human nature.
no,
Human
no,
nature.
no, it's not.
It's not.
I don't believe that. I don't
I feel
believe
like
that.
We grown to accept that we
Yeah,
want
it's
one
not
person.
even. It's
So
not
human-
even growing to accept that you want. I don't believe that it's human nature.
So,
I believe that it's nurture. Yeah, y'all ever heard of that? Nature versus nurture.
yeah.
That's true. That's what it is. It ain't nature. It's
It
nurture.
If you never heard about marriage, would you marry Devontae?
If I never heard about marriage, would I have married Devontae? No, because I never heard about marriage.
But
But
doesn't
but
but
you
I
would
would
be
still
out with
only
it.
be with Devontae.
why? If you never heard about commitment in marriage,
What does that have to do with marriage? To stay with one person.
because okay, if we
You're with
remove,
Brianna, but you're not married. So does that mean you're out with other females?
no, we're
He
planning.
could be.
That meant something.
That's crazy.
I'm like,
I
Cleo's
don't
with the
believe
guy
that.
she's with.
I don't believe that. I don't
Does
believe
that mean she's out with other guys? She's not
I
married.
feel like that's an excuse. That's an excuse to excuse not only men but women. That's an excuse,
I don't
man.
know. I'm not.
somebody in the comments. I've been with him.
That's an excuse, though.
It's-
That
to a
is a
certain
whole.
extent,
That's
to
a
a certain
whole
extent.
excuse.
It's
I don't
not
feel
an
like it is
excuse.
nature. Honestly, God don't feel like his nature.
Okay,
Really
now, like,
So,
but
so
hold
saying
on,
marriage.
hold on,
So
hold on,
marriage
hold
is marriage like is natural. Is marriage natural?
I'm not gonna say marriage is natural, but the feeling of
Being
wanting a
with one
family is
It's
natural.
nurture.
I feel
Marriage
like
is
it's-
nurture. 'Cause
But your definition of family is man.
It's not everybody's definition.
Yeah. So
Let's just put that out.
that's just your definition.
Yeah.
Everybody don't believe it just has to be one man, one woman, and kids, and a dog, and a picket fence.
I don't want no dog or no
everybody
picket
don't
fence. Give me
believe
a good
that.
house.
The thing is, my point
I don't need
is,
a fence.
when men go out and they see somebody
technically you do, sorry.
in their head, they already cheated.
Wait.
I was
when men
smashed.
go out, I don't think so.
But
I don't
that,
think so.
I want to go
In
back
their
to that.
head, they already cheated.
So-
They potentially, if
But-
men
'Cause
will
technically I heard
have
that
sex
before.
with who they can. Women have sex with who they want.
But that's
'Cause it's
not.
harder
But
for
I
a
don't think
man
that's a nature
To have,
thing. I don't
it's
think
harder
you're
for men
born.
to get played than women.
I don't think you're born and then you grow up and you're just like, I'm
What?
gonna sleep with any and
I'll-
everybody.
To touch
I
on
don't
what she's
think that.
saying, in the beginning, I agree. But if where it's harder for a male to get played than women,
It is harder.
it's more women than female. It's more female
And
than
that's
male.
exactly why it's harder. Women are picking the same men to have sex with because we all want that 6 foot tall black
No, I
chocolate
never
and
said
shit.
that.
Da, 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 da. Not you, Dika. But I'm just saying in general, that's what women look for. You go and ask any woman what's their standards for a man right now. He gotta be 6 foot tall. He gotta
Well,
be
you got
in
some
shape.
people who like,
He gotta be
This
this,
is
that, and the
mattress.
third. That's what women want. If you not that, she not smashing.
But that's not true. If that's the case,
That's
then
not true.
none of these females would be pregnant.
Not like
That's not true.
that's what they want for a relationship. Let me
I
put
don't
it
think
that
that's
way.
true.
That's what they no.
I don't think a lot of women. I mean,
Statistically, is there.
I feel like-
Go
I
look
feel
it up.
like-
That's
I
the
feel like
average man
that
that
might be
women
the
want.
majority, but I don't think.
That's
I mean,
that's
in
who women.
today's society.
Y'all not listening. That's who women want. That's why they all going for the same person. That's why they all going for the same man. Do you know that women, more women got kids than men? Is more women out here with kids than men because we all having sex.
Of
They
course.
not we all. Let me
We
stop
all.
saying we. They
We
all
all.
having sex with the same man. They
I
all
mean-
choosing the same
I
man
mean, we
because they
get
all
what
have
you're
the
saying.
same
We, the women
standards.
race.
They're.
That
Wait, what's a woman?
I just feel like.
a woman, someone
Yeah.
who feels as if
Please,
like, no, shut up. What is it?
Please. That's a whole
Like,
nother
bro,
conversation
what?
for a different day.
But I'm saying women are choosing the same men, to, like how you said before.
lot
Why
of
you
women,
keep
yeah.
choosing the same men?
A lot of women
a
choosing
lot
the
of
same
women
men.
are choosing the same men to have sex with, to mate with, to
Yeah,
open
but
their
a lot
legs
of them make that 6 feet type.
It's,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not the point. The
Yeah,
point
okay.
is, a woman, you can walk. I can walk up to a dude and be like, "Hey, you trying to, yeah." He gonna if I'm not ugly. He gonna be like, "Yeah, let's go." He gonna be
First,
listen,
hold on.
listen,
Why you
no,
thought
no,
about that? Wait,
no, listen.
I'm not ugly.
No, he gonna be like, "Yeah, let's go."
I
If
I
you
feel like
walk up
most
to
men
if
will
you
say
walk up to
no.
a female, "Hey, you tryna, yeah," she gonna be like, "Boy, you weird." Like, women have sex with who they want. Men have sex with who they
I
can.
mean, I
Men
feel
have
like
sex with
nowadays
women
men
that
will
is
say
willing to
no,
have
though.
sex with you. If
But
we
I still don't
find-
think that's a.
No,
a
like
negative.
what you
I
saying,
still
I
think you're
agree
born
with, but
with
I
it.
still feel like nowadays men would say no though.
Yeah, because there are a lot of
No,
high,
it's like
high
monkey
value. No, it's not monkey. There's a lot of high value men out here nowadays.
You're not a high value man until you know the value of yourself, and most of these men don't know the value of themselves, so they gonna put it in
And-
whoever's willing.
And then typically
This
women
is how
goes
you get
towards
A's.
confidence. Because think about it.
Wait, what?
No.
Say that again.
Women mostly go towards confident men.
Yeah,
Cause you
of course.
think about it, when you got the nice guy nerd
Okay, I don't
who's
like-
not
I can't see
confident,
your face
I need my
the
phone
nice
in
guy
the
nerd who's
No, 'cause
not
it's-
confident in what he's doing, do you go for him,
I'm-
or do you go
No,
for the
most
big
women
jock
want a man
who's
confident because we naturally look for somebody who can provide and who can protect.
Yeah, and
not gonna
that's
go for
why all
nobody
these
who's
women
scared.
are having deadbeat children because they're having
Yo.
sex with deadbeat drug dealers
Wait,
on the block.
Wait, can I say something? You know what's crazy? Because I think.
Why do you
I
feel
think-
safer with somebody in the streets that got ops than somebody who got a job?
No, but
that
I-
don't make sense.
I think think I heard
You let him borrow your car, now your car shut up.
For real.
Well,
All because that dude big. You feel
Nah,
like
I
he can protect
think I
you.
heard.
You
I
go
think
out
I heard. I don't know if it was somebody or was it a video, but I think I see like people say like, oh, women try and compensate for their masculine energy or their masculine ways by getting taller men. I don't know who I heard say that, but I heard somebody say that. That's why they go for the taller men because they're looking for that.
Realistically,
I don't know.
realistically, women
I don't know,
go
I
for
heard that.
taller men because women feel, you know, that protected thing from a man
Yeah.
that's taller. Like if you like say the
Wait,
guy looks
let me
good,
tell her what
but
I
he's
said.
shorter than you.
I don't know if I seen a video or
The average man is like 5'11", 5'6".
Yeah, like
I
he's
seen
ugly.
like a-
You're like
something like
5'2"
that.
or
I think
something.
it
I'm
was a
5'2". I don't need no
video
6
or a
foot, 7
person.
foot giant. Like I'm already short.
For real.
I
Now
see
he
like
got
Can I say
Oh,
what
go
I'm trying to say? Hey, I'm trying to let her know what I was saying before she walked out here.
Oh.
I seen a video. Huh, what she said? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of reaching all the way here.
Oh, my bad. I seen a video or somebody said, I don't know where I think it was somebody. I'm not spitting, bro.
But what you saying, bro?
Spitting facts.
I seen that they was like, oh, women go for taller men because they want somebody they feel like can, you know, tower over their masculine energy. They have masculine energy, so they want somebody that is taller that feel like they can protect them.
They're
What
taller.
what does being tall
Mas-
have to do with
I don't
you can be
know.
tall and
But
soft.
I'm
Yeah.
saying just what I heard. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, but
Shoot.
all I'm saying is that
But
makes no
if
sense.
you walk
You
up
can
to
have
a
a
guy like,
midget
let's
that
just
can
say,
knock that mountain
if
dude
you
out.
walk up to a guy that's like 5 feet, excuse me,
I mean, it's possible. You just get
I
in
ain't- I ain't gonna be like, oh dang, he can take you. Even if he built,
Yeah,
I'll
you
be like,
bro,
you
you
finna
better
get
keep
knocked
it.
out.
I'm
Better
busting.
step back. Okay.
Ain't no fight.
Yeah, step back, cause you towering over. Like if I could tower over
Bro,
you, I feel like I could beat you.
So,
That's just me. Shoot.
Like I said,
Not many people I
women
can tower
have
over.
sex with who they want. Men have sex with who they can.
But I still don't think
Which
it's nature.
is a
I
true
still don't think it's
Okay,
nature.
going back to that, to nature, all that. I say I agree with its nature to have sex with females, you know, because you're not born in the world with a partner. You have to find that partner. So there's the nature aspect. But once you find a partner, now it's that nature versus nurture thing. Because if I don't care for our relationship, I'm gonna let nature take over where I'm still looking for a partner. But if I care for the relationship, my nature is gonna supersede my nurture is gonna supersede my nature. In which I'm like you said, like I can walk out and be like, dang, shawty bad, I'd tear that up. And boom, that's out my head right as I walk away. But nature is like, dang, shawty bad, I'll tear it up. Hey, little mama, how you doing? Like, dang, you looking good.
That's
like,
you
I like,
pursuing your thoughts. That's
Yeah.
pursuing. That's
But
you
that's
pursuing
nature.
your nature.
That's not. I
If
don't
you
think
go
that's
for
nature.
it, that's you
I
pursuing
really
your
don't
nature.
think
That's
that's
what I'm
nature.
saying.
Oh.
When men cheat,
Yeah.
is nature in your head.
no,
you
cheating is a
think-
choice.
yeah.
in your it's a choice, but y'all gonna do it regardless.
I'll say this.
If
So what she was trying to say is, naturally, males are horny. First thing we think about is, like, no offense. Y'all know, no
Like a cow.
morning. You know how they say you got morning wood in the morning.
Yes, sir.
We're naturally horny. We are. We're naturally a physical type of being. But
Why you gotta do
I feel like we as a society have
Those
literally
was
took
what
that
they do.
and
Blood
like
flew in
made
my
it
face
extra.
when they
Like
cut it off.
Man, I
she's
feel
like
like
she was saying,
man,
like
it's
most
crazy,
boys
bro.
when they step out, like they can literally have like say it's like okay, I'll give you a
I
good
don't
example.
think it's nature.
The high school population right now,
I'm standing on
they
that.
can literally have a girlfriend.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's
Cause
crazy?
you know-
you can finish. I'm gonna say
a man
it.
can be in love with a woman, cheat, and still be in love with that same woman.
I've
He's
seen
just
that.
cheating
Bro,
to
love is a
fulfill.
choice.
But
It is too.
it
But what I was saying
But
is,
look at this, bro.
we
Look,
took it-
bro, to stop all that cheating stuff, women know what they're doing. Women know that men visually, like, if you don't look good, I'm not gonna talk to you. Women know this. Why you think all these women wearing skin tights, booty lift pants, or short shorts with a little bit of their ass hanging out? They want to be looked at. They want that attention. But then when they get it from the guy, they don't like. They're like, oh, this dude's just looking at me all the time.
My example: women have sex with who they want. Men have sex with who they can.
But that doesn't mean a man is willing to have sex.
Oh no, that was about a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
That was about a different topic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what you just gave an example of why
I
that.
gotta look this up. 'Cause
that
I don't
can-
think it's nature to cheat. I just don't.
No,
say
it's a
nature
choice.
no
It's
more.
not
I would
nature.
say
Once
like
you're
I
in
said,
a
we're
relationship,
naturally
it's
horny.
a choice.
It's
but
nature to cheat.
we put extra, like we take it, we overboard it when we I want to just do
I
all
think
this
it's
crazy
just-
shit. Like
I think it's just
make it extra
pressure, peer
by
pressure
society standards.
on top
Society
of
make
the-
you wanna
Like you
cheat.
said, society.
Society makes you
What's
wanna
pop?
look down on
What's
cheating
pop
and
right
cheat.
now? What's pop?
No, that
Society
should be
make you
natural
wanna accept
instinct.
cheating.
Natural instinct is you look down on cheating. Society makes you like, oh, you know,
Society
you cheated for the
glorifies
50th time. You're not
They
that bad. You can
glorify
bounce
Wow,
back.
you just
Glorify.
dumb if you
No
do.
offense, no offense, Cleo. If you ever cheated, you never felt guilty after you like just thinking about it as you walking away,
If I ever cheated,
like when you, I don't know, but I've cheated before. I'm
I
gonna be
haven't.
honest. I'm walking away. Nah, bro.
Oh.
That's okay. I walked away. The
Not
water
my
bottle.
cousin.
My cousin.
But I'm like walking away from like, damn. I hope she don't think I want her. Like damn. If
I
I,
want you
like,
know
I-
this is one time.
That's
Yeah,
where
like-
y'all, that's where
like,
y'all
I-
messed up at.
Like, I'm
Y'all
like-
having sex with the most bucket-headed chicks.
It's me.
Bro, because really, see, I
I
feel like
cheated
cheating
wrong.
is like what I said at the beginning. It's just that, like, say you're with Cleo, but Cleo's not, like, it's something you desire that Cleo's not giving you. And then you go out, you find Sadiqa. Sadiqa, like, all she has to do is fulfill that one thing that you're missing from Cleo, and boom, like, you will start having sex with her. You'll start cheating with her.
I feel
Like Cleo's giving you 90% of the things you want in a man. But
man.
but
A
whatever.
woman.
woman.
Yeah,
I'm not a
my
dude.
bad. But to say the only thing she's leaving out is the sex. But everything else is checked off. And every night she's like, I'm just tired from doing everything else.
But
That will eventually lead a man because
y'all are
men are
naturally horny, so any dude that's in a relationship is going to cheat if his woman's not giving him sex.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's because things are missing.
If
and
I
you
see
as
if
the
I'm not,
girl-
I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
like,
it breaks down
okay.
to communication.
Can I say it like this? I don't see it as men being naturally horny. I see it as a lot of men's love language is physical touch,
Men are
and
surprisingly-
Love
sex to
language
men
don't
means
exist.
more
Ooh,
to
yes, they
them.
do. Yes,
What-
they do.
Wait,
You
No
just
what?
didn't
offense.
find it.
Wait,
Love
what?
languages
What she said?
don't exist.
It really do.
They really do. They really do. Really do.
She got me.
You just gotta read the book.
It's not even.
Why
like,
Why y'all feel like love languages exist?
Because really reading the book, it's not even that I knew that they exist before reading the book.
I'm
It's
saying
that reading
why-
the book
why
reading
do
the
you
book
feel like it
automatically
exists?
snapped in my head and identified what I was doing to show love.
I give an example of what I feel like.
And how I felt like because mine is quality time.
Okay, but my question is, why do you feel like love languages exist?
So for me, and this is me and Brianna love language. Like it was like 3 years in, just about to have our day, and we decided to take a love like to get deeper intimate with each other. And like her love language is more of compliment, like
Words of affirmation.
your words of affirmation, like just compliments, like just small little signs of affection. And mine was like physical gifts, like I want you to like it's not like go buy me a TV,
Buy you a little cupcake.
a cupcake,
Like,
or
I
you,
thought about you while I was at the store.
yeah, like oh I made you this to show you that I done that, and like I didn't realize it really was that serious until I took that test and Brianna started showing me like, well, I made you something to eat today. I ain't never get this before. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then I start, like, literally start, hey, beautiful. Hey, wait. You know you gorgeous, right? You know you're intelligent. And it
No, I
made,
say that bad. Love language is good.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I had to think about it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
waiting for him to
like-
finish just to say. I feel like you say it don't exist because you're not experiencing it. They just ran that stop sign, something serious. But no, they just.
It's just crazy because they like you don't notice them until you read the book, or take the quiz or whatever. It's crazy because I didn't notice that. I didn't know mine was quality time, and for me, quality time isn't just
Mine
like
is all
like
day.
right here. This is quality time, or we could watch a movie. I really like watching movies with them.
I feel like
I don't
everybody
know.
have, like, all
It's
the-
crazy.
It's
Yeah,
just
you
one
have
that-
them
it's
all.
just one that you desire the most.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it is. You
yeah,
have them all.
it is.
It's just which you have. Do you hold to a higher standard?
And mine
Like,
so
'cause
happened to be
yours can
quality
be-
time, and
Yeah.
he was buying me gifts, and I was
Like buying gifts is low on her.
Like,
thing.
I like
Like
it.
she
I
likes
mean,
it, but it's just.
but
I think that's
It's
what
just-
all of us like.
and it's crazy
in
because
general. Like,
for
no,
me,
I'm
I
serious.
like to give people gifts. It's crazy because there's like the way you show love is the way that you want to receive it, but for me, I like to give people gifts.
Okay, so what?
But I don't want gifts myself. Like I like gifts, I'll take it. I'm like, ooh, this nice. I'll wear the shoes. wear
Did
the
you
shirt, whatever.
think-
But
Did you think like you were showing him
I feel like that's
love
probably
in
more
your
stuff.
love language rather than his love language?
No, because like I said, for
Like
me, I
before,
was,
before you took the test.
yeah,
and
before I was
everything.
taking the
of
test,
course.
I was trying to give him gifts. His is not gifts. It's like Brianna's
But that's
word of
not your love
affirmation.
language either.
That's not mine. I feel like
I'm
that's
saying, like,
wrong.
did you feel like you were like, okay, say my love language is physical touch, and like that's me trying to that's me, like I know my love language is physical touch, so I'm trying to give
No,
him
give it
physical
to
touch
him.
as much as possible.
No.
because that's my love
No,
language.
see, that's
You're
I
loving
wasn't
him
doing
in
that,
your
though.
love language rather than loving him in his love language.
I wasn't doing that. I was loving him in a whole complete different love language that I didn't even like. That is like the last one on my totem pole, giving gifts. But I feel like that's mom's love language. So
Gifts.
you know, growing up, yeah, she loves gifts. It don't matter what it is. She likes it. You give her
That
love.
don't make it a love
Oh,
language.
man.
She just appreciate it because we have kids.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, but
yeah,
giving
it'll be
gifts,
different from
No,
like
it
you
might
or
be.
if Thomas
Yeah,
was still
she
alive.
really,
Yeah.
really like gifts.
Mm-hmm.
She really do. You get her
Yeah.
some Snoopy mittens.
you get
She
her a
go
bottle of
crazy.
wine.
She likes it.
She gon'
But yeah,
her number
I
one thing
probably
is
like,
receiving
yeah,
gifts.
I feel like it is receiving gifts, and I feel like growing up, I probably learned that and thought that that was a proper way to,
My bad.
yeah, that was a proper way to, show love, even though that
you
wasn't
know,
mine.
not playing.
Oh, they ain't even touching me. To be honest.
I've been scratching my for the longest, bro.
I feel like I don't know, it's crazy, cause
This AB blood, they trying to get out.
that ain't my love language. I like quality time so much so to where it really makes me happy watching, just sit there watching. He could be watching something totally different, like on his phone or the tablet or whatever, and I could be watching a dang movie, and I'm happy with that.
Okay,
Even
that's
though when
true.
I start watching it, have my little input, she got a problem.
No,
Brianna the same way, but they don't want us to talk. They just want us to be right there.
Well, what they watching need to make sense, or
Bruh.
at least like it's just like they watch real stuff that don't make sense. Like we watch
I
I gotta
anime.
say this. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
Like,
We gonna
anime
have to,
is so
find
much
a way to
different.
cut this dude.
cause we get.
Yeah.
But I not even get on
We
the
can do
topic.
another
Make
one
multiple
tomorrow.
videos.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta.
It's
end
only
it.
an hour and
Yeah, it's
33
almost
minutes.
dead,
The,
bro.
the, yeah, the thing's almost dead. We gotta end it.
But I want to say this. Do y'all feel like I feel like love is elementary. Like
Why? I thought yeah.
Elementary, like what?
like what the fuck is that?
Where? On the fence?
That shit
No,
on fire.
That fireball right there.
Oh
Where?
shit!
Someone.
Oh,
it's a
oh,
lantern.
lantern.
left
You
thing.
tripping, Richard, bro? You
What?
got me thinking a meteor about to come crashing. I love that. Oh no!
That thing was gonna burn out before it even hit the earth.
If we seeing it, then it's close. clothes. You tripping?
You can see a meteor in the air.